Hi there. I am in a much better place than last time I shared. I all of a sudden feel back in this flow again of light and prosperity and hope, and not because of results so much, um, but more because of the actions I took, I think, and because I went to a workshop this Monday, 2 days ago. Um, It was a soul collage workshop. I'm also a soul collage facilitator. Um, and it is a, a sort of creative process which helps you to make contact with your inner parts. And it can really, it's an easy way to connect to your inner wisdom. And it was a great thing to go to the workshop and to be in such a supporting environment. To create supporting cards. Oh my god, yeah, I want to show you them. One moment. Okay, so this is a soul collage card. They all look, of course, really different. And this is one I made in the workshop. What you do when you do soul collage is that you go through images and you intuitively pick ones that speak to you. And these images you combine on a card, not knowing what you're doing, you're just using your intuition. And eventually you end up with something like this. And then you can read the card. So you sort of speak as if you are the card, and the card starts to talk to you and give you advice. And every card is a different part of yourself. So I made this card, and it's hard to explain. I wrote a letter from this card to myself, and it was a really touching letter that told me that it's okay that I'm different, and it can make me feel out of the group. You can sort of see it in the card. I feel like this person over here. And the others are looking somewhere else. They're occupied with something that doesn't interest me so much anymore. And the card said, it can make you feel like you don't belong in the group, something I felt all my life. But it is your newness, your being different, that is eventually able to help the group. And you can trust that when you feel different about something than everyone else, that it's because there's a higher divine reason for it, and that it will be in the benefit of everyone involved. So yeah, wow. I mean, of course I try to be myself more often, and I already knew it was valuable, and I sort of knew that it was okay and it was my strength, but now I can feel it more. And the workshop was in a really great space. Like it was a coaching practice people had at their home, and you could see the garden because there was a lot of windows. And it completely inspired me for the place I want to live in when we go to Berlin. I really would like to have a sort of flex working space where I organize events like sharing sessions and mantra singing in the morning, and it will be like an environment to work with other entrepreneurs, and I rent them the desk that they can work on. And I want the desks to be movable, so in the evenings and in the weekend I can do soul collage workshops over there. And I also want to have the big window that's looking out on a forest or a garden or something green. And now I'm so, oh my god, I'm just dreaming away all day about how amazing it will be. And although I'm still having so much challenges in manifesting, I again feel so motivated to start manifesting this for myself and see if it can work. And I'm like willing to put all my saving money in it. I'm ready for it. I just want to go for this plan, and I feel like I can do it. And I feel so much trust that we are actually going to move to Berlin. Maybe even this month. I feel like it. I feel like there's so much good stuff going to happen in November, and it's some weird intuition thing, and sometimes my intuition is right and sometimes I get it all wrong. But I just want to stick with this feeling and have faith and trust that within a month I'm living in Berlin in this beautiful place. And right now it gives me energy to believe that. And yeah, my boyfriend has his first job interview this Monday, and they were quite enthusiastic about him, and now he has to do a sort of programming exercise and then a technical interview, and then he hears if he's accepted. But I have pretty much trust that he will make it, and it's so easy to find a job in programming. He'll find something anyway within a few weeks. And it feels like it's all coming together finally, and I maybe even can find a little bit of a feeling that says maybe November was the perfect time to move. Maybe it's okay that it didn't happen sooner, because before I was in such a scarcity mindset, and I thought if I want to move to Berlin, I want to at least have a house where Dan and I have, my boyfriend and I, have separate rooms. And I feel like, no, I want this big house. I want a house where I can create a flex working space, and where I have my own room and Dan has his own room, and we have a living room and a kitchen. And I just want to go for that, because I want to create that dream and that place where I can inspire other people by letting them work there and do this process with me together, and give soul collage workshops and maybe other workshops as well. And maybe before I would have settled for less, and now I'm not going to, I guess. I just want to make this happen. Yesterday I also started reading in Rich Dad Poor Dad, which is a great inspiration already. And it seems just the right time to read it again. So yeah, it feels like it's happening. I feel more centered, I feel more about me. This Monday I launched my first e-course, and it was a stressful process because there were issues with the payment service, so it got delayed, and I felt really awkward that I had told everybody on my mailing list of 25 people that the launching would be on Sunday, but it had to be on Monday eventually, so it's not so nice. But oh, that's something I want to share with you as well. I'm sorry that this is already going so far beyond 5 minutes. I should really share every week because there's so much to share otherwise. And it, by the way, feels a bit weird that I'm doing these sharing sessions. I more and more feel like, oh my god, I'm just talking about myself the whole time, and often really slowly and not with a good clue. And I don't know if anyone is going to watch this, because it takes up so much time for you to watch it, and it's not really to the point. But I'm just going to keep doing it, see what happens, until I really get a clear no of all my visitors that this is stupid. I'm going to continue doing this. So let's get back on track with the story again. Oh, I feel so much like I have to hurry to not make it too long. Oh, and that makes me lose it completely. What was I talking about? The launching? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. It was my boyfriend's programmer responsibility to fix the paying method. So here I was again in the middle of this issue that I've had for so long. I mean, you've heard me talk about it a dozen times, I guess, by now. The feeling that he should take responsibility. I was counting on him. I had said before, will you check in time if everything with the payment is right? And he had just looked over it. And yeah, so Sunday morning we found out I couldn't launch that day. And at first I got like really angry. Yeah. And I also really felt the need to express it to him and to talk to him about it and go like, why the fuck didn't you check that better, and why, you know? And when I do that, he gets like completely silent, which makes me even more angry. So I left the house. I just couldn't stand it anymore, and I went for a cycling tour to a mountain. It starts to call it a mountain. It's like a hill, a small little tiny hill at the edge of the city. And when I was sitting on top of that hill and watching over the city, I felt so much ease coming in me, and I realized I am angry at him, but I'm only angry for this particular situation. There's no childhood trauma that's being triggered. I'm not like, oh, you didn't do it because I don't deserve to, or because I'm always being let down by other people. It was just like, I counted on you, it was your responsibility, it's fucking logical that you would have checked it and you didn't, and that's stupid, and now I can't lounge and I feel awkward to my people, and that's why I'm frustrated. But it was just that. And it was so beautiful to experience it. That maybe I did heal something inside, although all the time I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. And when I was sitting on top of the hill, I could forgive him. I did the compassion exercise from the Avatar course, and afterwards I did a really short version of the forgiveness exercise from Willem Glaudemans, I think he's called. And I did it. I let it go. I said it was really important for me to be able to stick to my need to be able to know what I can count on and what not. But at the same time forgive that he didn't do that in the past. And it was so beautiful. And when I went home we could just talk about it and find a solution, and it was really great. And then I launched my course on Monday, and I haven't sold anything so far. It's 2 days since now, and I'm really impatient with it. I have no idea what's the normal amount of time it takes for people to buy it. I had just hoped so much that overnight like 10 people would buy it, and the first morning I would look at my computer and there would be so much people who bought it. Because since I made my sales page last week, that's where I really started to feel good. That's where it all happened, and from then on it's been upwards spiral. Because my sales page was so me, I feel like I reinvented sales paging. I didn't make a page where I wanted to sell to people. I made a page where I wanted to inform them to make a decision that's right for them. And something I learned from the network marketing journey I've been on. And I really feel proud with my sales page. Although I hate sales pages, and I didn't really want to make one. And so that was already a big victory. And so I started to believe in my course, actually. And I started to dare to ask money for it. I eventually ended up with asking €37 as an introduction price, which feels like too low. I feel like I consciously put it too low, and I feel that I'm not ready for it. I feel that if I improve the course, I want to make the quality of the meditations better and put custom music with it, then I can maybe ask 60 or €70, and it still feels like too low, but I'm going to stick with it because I think that e-courses are a bit overpriced, and I don't want to be part of the game. I think €70 is a fine price for my course, although it's below the marketplace price. And maybe I'll change with it later, because I do like to build high quality courses and put in high quality design and custom music and custom programming and all that kind of stuff, and it takes more costs to build it like that. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I feel like I got to the next level of setting prices. And yeah, I'm just in the future going to find out what my opinion on it is then. But all this stuff did make it a bit disappointing that I didn't sell anything so far. And sometimes I feel like I just should give it more time. Sometimes I feel like it doesn't matter if it sells or not, I am going to make it sell anyway. If this isn't working, I'm going to try something else. And sometimes I feel desperate and I go like, what if I never ever sell any e-course? What would I do with my life then? How am I going to make money? And all these scenarios go through my head, but I'm quite comfortable with them rushing around. And yeah, I guess I should quit by now because it gets way too long. If you've watched till this point, oh my god, thank you so much. I'm so honored. I am so much looking forward to getting a tribe on Life of a Happy CEO. Like right now it's just me talking into thin air. That's not a thing you can say, right? I don't know. It feels a bit Okay, so I'm just starting this up on my own, and I've had a few friends who said, "Oh, I like your page." But if you are watching this, it means that something got real, and that's so cool. And I want to thank you for that, and for building this website and being a part of it. Thank you.